Alrighty, folks, welcome back here with another weekly video with Back to Divinity. Super excited to be talking to you all today, as today is March 20th, the day that I'm recording this video. So it is the spring equinox. We are entering the astrological new year, so happy new year. If you want to know more about what that entails, definitely check out last week's video. I'll probably tag it at the end screen at the end of this video. Alrighty, folks. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about cleansing energy as we're entering the new year, right? Moving from Pisces into Aries season today. There's a lot of shifting that is going on in the planetary movements, right? We still do have a couple planets retrograde, right? And so that's still helping us peel back some layers before we're able to fully move forward, right? We are in the year of 9, which is the Chinese zodiac of the snake this year. That being said, there is a lot of shedding of old skin. That is the theme around this time and just generally this year, especially as we are entering the new year. That being said, I did want to add a little note. I have mentioned this on the channel before, but there is a Schumann frequency, a Schumann resonance, right? And that is Earth's heartbeat. As we all know, we all emit our own frequencies. Everything here emits its frequency, including that of Earth all in all. And to me, that is representative of the collective energy, right? And lately there have been really high spikes in terms of the frequency of Earth's heartbeat. And so that being said, there is a shift in the spiritual community that we are talking about as we are going from 3D energy to 5D energy. That being said, as frequencies are rising, as the collective consciousness is raising, right, it is important that you are also allowing space to cleanse what has been there, right, to make space for the new. So that being said, we're going to be talking about cleansing energy today. So detox and purifying energy. Let's talk about the 4 elements, right? We have water, we have fire, we have air, we have earth. How can we use these things to purify, right? Water literally cleanses you. Whether that's just, jumping into fresh water and letting you wash away anything that just doesn't feel like your own energy anymore, right? Cleansing away and literally washing away what no longer resonates with you, right? Then we also have fire. Burning, right? You can burn a list of things that you just want to let go of, right? You can actually burn items that hold energy that you just don't want to, be connected to anymore. Cleansing, therefore, any of that energy, right? Then we also have earth, right? Burying things, right? Literally just burying a pile of items and things of that sort that remind you of something you just no longer want to hold on to, right? And giving that back to the earth, right? Because the earth will then break it apart, right? And let something new come from it, right? Then there's also air, right? So that's literally letting things blow away with the wind, right? Letting things go away. I often feel like as an air sign, when I'm walking outside and the wind is blowing on me, it genuinely feels like it's removing things in the process and taking it with it, right? And just taking it away from my energetic field, right? And then we have protection. How can we protect ourselves energetically, right? Crystals are one of those things, right? Crystals themselves emit their own level of frequencies and things of that sort that are here to help support us, each of them in their own ways, some of them for protection purposes. Then there's also incense and aromatherapy generally, right? In your environment and the things that you're smelling around you also impact your energetic being and field and how you are feeling. That being said, use that as a form of protection, protecting your space, right? Cleansing anything in your space and using that as a tool to protect your field, right? And there's also candles, prayers, and words of affirmation in a prayer. Prayer and words of affirmation, very similar, right? Put that out into the air. Let the world know that you want to allow for yourself to only be in your energy. Spirit, remove any energies that are not of my own, right? And sometimes that's very important because as we are in a space around other people, right, especially on earth, we are sharing and vibing off of each other, right? Our frequencies are interacting with one another. And it is very important that especially when you are coming home, you are making sure that you're not taking all those frequencies that don't belong to you into your own space, into your home, into your sacred layer, right? And so there goes a form of prayer and word affirmation to use that, ability to speak out into existence that you only want to operate in your energy and therefore want to release any energies that are not of your highest. Then there is also intuition. That gut feeling that tells you not to go out that night, listen to it. Therefore, your intuition playing a role in protecting you and stopping you from being in certain places or being at the wrong place at the wrong time, right? Then next is transmutation. So I know in the spiritual community, there are a couple of folks who will say, if anybody's sending you negative energy, just say return to sender. I disagree with that. Okay. I'm just going to say, do not return to sender because you yourself are now projecting that same negativity onto someone else, therefore not making it any different than what that person is doing. And if one thing that we all have learned is that two wrongs do not make a right. Okay. So do not send energy back because now you are actively playing a role in that sending of negative energy. You shouldn't be sending anybody negative energy, even if they have sent it to you. So that being said, this is where transmutation comes into the role, right? Negative energy sometimes comes to you. And the way that you start to feel and pick up on that is either your body alerting to you that something is off, or simply you start to think a lot more negatively, right? About yourself, doubting yourself, insecurities coming up and things of that sort can definitely be that projection of that negative energy. So how do we transmute that? You work through the wounding. You work through whatever is being brought up to the surface and transmuting it and not letting it bring you back down into victim mentality. You surpass it. You work through it and you surpass it. So this is how you would then put your words of affirmation out into the air and saying any negative energy that is being sent my way, I transmute that and I turn my pain into power, right? Any negative energy that comes my way turns into prosperity, abundance, right? Those are the types of affirmations you want to speak out loud into the universe. You don't want to play the game of tit for tat. Okay. Then there's also frequencies, as we were talking about this entire time. You have your own energetic field, right? Your vibrations that you are emitting, your aura, right? However, it is important that you are taking care of that. Whether that is meditating in the morning and speaking over yourself, over your energetic bubble, and making sure to just operate in your own energy and not allowing others to penetrate through your energetic field, especially if they are not adding positively to your vibrations, right? Then there's also what you're consuming, being very intentional about your environment and what you're allowing into your body and therefore around you, because all of that is playing a role in your energetic field, even what you're consuming on a day-to-day on your cell phone. Those are the types of things you want to pay attention to. So folks, we are entering the new year. Let's be very intentional this year about our energetic field, protecting it, cleansing it, and purifying it as we are shifting from a lower frequency into a higher frequency collectively. Allow yourself to declutter in all ways, shapes, and form internally, right? And that begins with cleansing, detoxing, purifying, purging, transmuting, right? And therefore standing authentically and boldly in your frequency. Alrighty, folks, that is my advice to you on how to protect your energy at this time. Again, happy astrological new year, happy Aries season. If it is your birthday this season, happy birthday. I have a lot of Aries friends. So happy birthday to all of those that I hold near and dear to my heart. Thank you again for listening to the entirety of this video, and please share with others who are also interested in this content. Thank you so much. Follow, share, like, and subscribe, and have a good one. Bye, folks.